In this video, we will discuss about bind properties attribute in ASP.NET Core Web API application. Bind properties is an attribute and it is used to map the incoming form data to the public properties of the controller. Binding concept of bind property and bind properties attribute are same. Bind properties also works on simple and complex data types. By default, bind properties will not work with HTTP GET request. Bind properties is used on the controller level. This is the only difference between the bind property and bind properties attribute. Let's see how it works. Go to Visual Studio. Here we are using the same application that we have created in our ASP.NET Core video series. In this application, we have countries controller. In this controller, in our previous video, we have used this bind property attribute. Now, remove these properties from here. Then comment this line. Go to country model. Here, copy these three properties from here and paste it here. Here, change the code. Here we will use bind properties attribute on controller level. Bind properties. Then there is no need to define any attribute on this property level. We will start from a HTTP post method. So change the method here. Then save and run this application. Copy this URL. See here, in the base route, we have to append API and then controller name. Let's open the Postman. Here, change the method post, then paste the URL, update the URL, API, and then countries. Then in post method, we have to send the data in body. Bind properties will work only with form data. So choose form data here. Here we have to set the key and value. Here these are the three keys: name, capital and population. Let's enter it. Name, let's say India, then capital, then population. Then click the send button here. So we got the output here. This is how we can use bind properties attribute on controller level to bind all the properties of the controller. Bind properties also work with complex data type. So go to Visual Studio. Here stop the execution. Enable this property and comment these properties. Now update the code here. That's it. Save and run this application again. In the Postman, update the name, then click send button here. We got the output again. By default, bind properties will not work with HTTP GET request. To enable the request, we need to set support GET property value to true. Let's see the definition of this bind properties here. Right click, then go to definition. See here, we have the property supports GET. Okay, copy this property and paste it here. Set the value true. If this property value is true, then data bind will work with HTTP GET method. Now replace this HTTP post with HTTP GET method. Run this application. In the Postman, change the method GET Now click the send button here. Here we got the output. This is how we can use bind properties attribute in ASP.NET Core Web API application. Thanks for watching this video.